All right, it started as a simple probe by Senate ad hoc committee into financial spendings under various leaderships of the Niger Delta Development Commission.
And as details of seeming reckless spending by the past and present leaderships were uncovered by the Senate ad hoc committee in the National Assembly, accusations and counter-accusations started flying between the Minister of Niger Delta and former acting managing director of the Interim Management Committee of the NDDC.
Now, the chairman of the committees on Niger Delta Development of both houses of the federal legislature were accused by the present Interim Management Committee of trying to hijack the NDDC. But until allegations are concluded, it is too early to take sides in the matter with no end in sight. And joining us now on Skype from Edo State is the Executive Director, African Network for Environment and Economic Justice, and the Senior Advisor, Corruption and Governance to Africa Bar Association, David Ugola. It's nice to have you, Reverend Ugola, on the show this morning.
Thank you, my brother.
Great. I wonder what you make, because let me delve into your mind first. When you saw all of the viral videos and the messages and the reports, accusations, counter-accusations, you did this, no, you didn't do this, between the Minister of Niger Delta and the former Managing Director. Let me start from there. What was your interpretation? What were you seeing? What were you reading from that?
Again, thank you for this opportunity again. I must commend TVC for the role they're playing in trying to raise awareness about the situation in the Niger Delta. Obviously, when you visit the Niger Delta, you will shed tears for the people. Unfortunately, we pray that God will rise to the challenge to help the people, because the situation in the Niger Delta, particularly NDDC, is mind-boggling. The news that is coming out from there is terrible. Again, it puts the political elite from the region in proper scrutiny and how they have dealt with the people of the region. And but most particularly is about our president. First, our president will be held accountable for all that is happening in NDDC, because all their appointments we're talking about, either the Minister for Niger Delta or the GMD or the MD of NDDC, they all come from the president. So when they do well, we will praise the president. But if they perform poorly, like what is happening today, we will hold the president accountable. Unfortunately, the region do not play any role in the appointment of these people. For example, the Minister for Niger Delta is appointed by the president. The MD of NDDC is appointed by the president. And so when you begin to hear this news of sexual harassment between the minister and the MD, that tells you that we are in a trouble. And this trouble is not just in NDDC alone. There is trouble in AFCC.
If I may interrupt your line of thought, you mentioned something and I want you to quickly clarify. Are you saying that if the people are involved in the decision of the choice of minister for the region, what we are seeing now would not be taking place?
The NDDC Act is very clear. There is a board. And in the appointment of the board, if credible people from the region are appointed, and that the appointment into the board of NDDC is not influenced by presidency, I can tell you that NDDC will deliver to the people. But because the appointment into the NDDC board, the law that set up NDDC is very clear. Unfortunately, because the country we found ourselves, appointments do not come from the people, appointments come from above. And these above must also take responsibility. So what you see in NDDC is a failure of institution, is a failure of leadership, and it is lack of political will to put the right thing in the right place.
All right. Now, when it comes to the figures that we hear about, the ones being investigated by the being questioned from the National Assembly at the time, 40 billion naira, and then different monies here and there. At what point are we going to see EFCC swooping in to try to find out what what the truth is and what really is going on?
How will EFCC act when all the actors that are involved are members of APC? They cannot do anything. The ruling party is in control of government in the country. They are in control of EFCC. They are in control of the entire institutions that are supposed to be holding all these government agencies accountable. And so that's why I said that we should hold the presidency accountable for what is happening in NDDC.
But
now,
you would recall that the government is saying it is ready to tackle corruption head on, and you saying that because they are members of a particular or the ruling party, this is why they are not the AFCC were not coming. It is some sort of a weighty allegation, don't you think?
I am not just speaking as an activist, as an anti-corruption activist. I am an expert on corruption issues. I have over 30 years working on corruption issues, and in the Niger Delta region, I can tell you boldly that because the actors that are involved in the NDDC crisis are members of the ruling party, there is nothing EFCC can do. You can even see the crisis in EFCC. It's about leadership. It's about the presidency taking responsibility. There are those who commit a corruption crime in the country, nothing happens to them. But there are those who commit, they go to jail. So what has happened in NDDC is a failure of leadership at the highest level in the country.
As it is where we are now, I wonder if I have to use the word, there's the mess on ground. But the point there is, the drama that is on ground already is here. Where do we move from here if things have to be corrected? What would you recommend to be done right now?
Now, the Niger Delta people has been raped. They've been put in a position that at any point in time, the youth rise up to demand accountability. They are labeled as violent. Now, you will not say that the Niger Delta people have been involved in violence in the last 1 or 2 years. They've given the opportunity to the government to act in a responsible manner. But what have we seen? Now, those who claim to come from the region that are in the ruling party that runs this country, what are they doing? They are reaping from where they have not sown. And if you come to the region today, the east-west road is in a bad state. There's no road in the Niger Delta. There is no access to good facility in the Niger Delta. The unemployment level is rising to over 90%. Youth unemployment is a huge problem. The violence level has reduced dramatically with the understanding that hope will come, be fulfilled. But that has failed completely. Now the question is that who would take responsibility to bring the Minister for Justice, Minister for Niger Delta, Akpabio to justice? It is President Buhari. It's only President Buhari that can rectify the problem in NDDC. There's nothing we can do. We are in a difficult situation. President Buhari appointed Akpabio, and Akpabio connived with the system to appoint the MD, and they are all involved, and you can see what is going on, how they share the people's money, how this money goes through accounts. Are you saying that NFIU, are you saying EFCC, are you saying ICPC are not seeing how the money is moving in the region? Are the money not in the bank in the country? Are they not seeing the properties associated with the people that are involved in running these institutions? We are in trouble. That's the situation we find ourselves in the region.
All right.